you'll see a lot, especially a lot of the bigger developers in downtown LA. No developers actually acting as their own GC. They always hire that part of it out. But as an owner, there's a lot of upside to overseeing your own project because nobody's going to care about it as much as you are. So that's been our philosophy and our approach. It's kind of a quality control thing, and you got to make sure the money doesn't walk off the job either. So that's by kind of education and experience, I have my master's degree in city planning, and I've worked for a couple municipal governments on the East Coast before moving back to LA. I was born and raised out here. A little bit about the project before we walk through it, and a little bit of our thinking too. I'll try to make it brief. It's much cheaper and easier to do everything slab on grade, so no subterranean parking. You have retail up in the front. It's about 2,000 square feet of retail, and then we have 47 units up above, 24 one-bedroom units and 23. They're two-bedroom townhouse style units. So it's a kitchen, living, and then an internal staircase up to 2 bedrooms on the floor above. And we can go through and tour all of that kind of stuff. I know you guys are doing kind of structural engineering type things, so I'll kind of explain a little bit of the thinking. The water table is only about 13 feet down here, so when I told you there was an old gas station on that other corner, we had to dig out the bad dirt, which meant we had to do shoring all along the northwest corner of the site, dig down to get the bad dirt out, and as we dug it down, 15 feet down or so, you drop a rock, it's all completely water, it's like a lake. So it's better to keep the footings and all that as close to the surface as you can get. Again, it just makes for a cheaper and easier construction process. And then it's just 3 floors of wood frame construction above type 5A. Yeah, I'll leave the rest for when we go up the floor. And then this is Kervin, he's from the architect's office.
Yeah, hi, my name is Kervin. I work for the architecture office. We have worked together with the client and the owner to bring up the massing and break it down into 47 units and 2 living spaces in the front. The type of construction is type 1 in the first floor, which is concrete, and then wood framing above the podium level. We try to fit the massing and maximize the FAR as possible, and also to create open spaces in the podium level. And also, I don't know if you have seen it, but in the front we have that special piece, which is the entry lobby. We wanted to bring something cool, something nice into this neighborhood, so we designed that piece, which is like the main focus of the regular massing around it. But we can start walking around and we'll explain more about the project.
Okay. We'll go up, there's a staircase up here.
Before we go, guys, let me give you just a little reminder. Take lots of photo pictures and make sure you record important information right now when they speak for your report, like the day of time, weather, who was present. You can write the name of the gentleman, and so it's going to be for your report.
A lot of your packages are confused when you walk out. There's stuff everywhere, so I know you got your card now, just be careful. So you guys are all under 1 foot feet in this?
Yeah, I don't know about the only thing.
What's the rest of the affiliation? Oh, graduate students.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. But you're all SCs. Jeff.
Yeah. Are we still missing some people back in there, or we're good? Okay, guys, I think this is a wonderful place to stand because you can actually turn around and see a lot of stuff, like reinforcing bars. And then, look, remember in a concrete design course, I told you that reinforcing bar cannot be at the edge of the concrete. So that's why they have those spacers, little concrete blocks. So it raises the reinforcing bar 3 inches above the soil or whatever is underneath. So it's not going to touch that bottom. Next thing you can see is the shear plywoods. Well, in this case, they used OSB, oriented strand board, and framing is still open. Some places we can go take a look at that and maybe see some hold-ons. What you see on this side here, remember what we were discussing in 511 class, the building enclosures? You have the black paper and then you have the mesh which goes over it, and this one comes together. It's already binded. And all you do is nail to the studs. You have the first scratch coat and then brown coat and then third coat going to be finished coat for the stucco. And that's how the stucco going to be built. And then let's see, masonry units in front of you. This is basically the actual masonry unit you can see, touch, which you saw on details and photo pictures, but not actually. It's right here in front of you. You can see that the reinforcing bar is inside the cells and it's grouted. Mm-hmm. Okay. Nice. Yeah, I saw like a whole bunch of foam downstairs, and I was.
It's gonna fill in the rest of it after they shoot the form off. Fill in the rest of the area, and then you just put your plastic and just pour your slab right on top of it.
On top of the foam.
Yeah, right on top of it.
Wow.
I mean, you'll put some rebar in each direction,
Right.
but
The foam will be basically holding the plastic in. I mean the slab in place.
the foam, if you were to take your pen and stab the foam, it's like a styrofoam cup.
Uh-huh.
So it's really poor at concentrated load.
Right.
But just for like if you put a sheet of plywood on it and jumped on it.
Yeah, it's very strong. Yeah.
They'll put that under highways and stuff. So
Right.
I mean, it's a different density foam.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's really strong.
That's a foam. Yeah. That white stuff is foam. What Jeff is telling, they're gonna put this foam. Do you see over there? And then pour the slab, so it's not gonna add to the weight, because where you're standing, this is a slab. This like underneath is the garage. So if you put like 3 feet of or 2 feet of concrete, that's 150 pounds per cubic foot. It's gonna be a lot of weight. So by putting foam and then pouring the slab on top of it, it's not gonna be as heavy. And then that slab might be also structural, so maybe the foam will not eventually take the
No,
force.
it's just a 4-inch slab. It's a non-structural slab.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
The whole reason we did it was
Right.
we didn't have a structural slab.
okay.
How much weight we reduce? The weight is still the same.
Forward.
The concrete weight.
No. Basically, what they're doing, they eliminating this much of concrete. See this foam over there?
Oh, that's how it's
They put the foam,
instead of
and then they'll put concrete slab on top of it, like pouring concrete. So essentially, instead of filling this whole area with concrete, which will be like very, very heavy, so that's a wonderful approach. Yeah. So this part's not structural. This slab is
I mean the cement put on the floor is not structural.
it's going to be like a deck slab, yeah, 4 inch with a reinforcement. Yeah. Oh, you have standing seam roof there, huh? Okay, guys, remember we covered like standing seam roof, which is the sheet metal come together and bent over, and we had like even details in a lecture right over there. You can see on the roof, and that's how it comes originally. Those pre-folded sheet metal pieces they bring to the job site, or if they have machine, they'll do it right here, and then they essentially nest them together and fold the edges with a special tool, and that creates the roof. Jeff, do you have like any feeling how much is the project complete?
Well, in terms of money spent, it's probably 80% complete. In terms of time, we probably have. We're trying to finish up a lot of the construction by the end of the year. So finish up the interiors, finish the exterior, and then try to start working on final inspections for certificate of occupancy. I think that'll probably take 2 to 3 months on top of it.
Right.
So I don't know. That puts us at 4-ish months remaining on maybe a total construction timeline of 22 months. So whatever the math is there.
Okay. So there you go. Money-wise, it's 80% complete.
Concrete is like 10% of everything. It's the single biggest.
Yeah.
Getting the thing out of the ground and pouring the slab is by far the single biggest thing.
Also, as you explained downstairs, you were very mindful that the company did not spend too much on foundation, like digging. If you would go like in the underground, it would be much more expensive.
Well, it starts to multi-day. It's diminishing return.
Right.
If you add 2 extra units, which you've got to go subterranean, it doesn't. The math doesn't work out.
Right.
You don't earn enough on the rent to justify sinking half a million dollars.
And how thick is the slab?
13 inches.
13 inches, yeah. Usually, if you have like 5 stories of apartment on top, it's about 12 to 13 inch slab, and then after that, it's so strong that the wood structure basically doesn't know you have foundation or you have slab, and you can build your structure above that. Another thing I noticed that you guys behave yourselves and you put like your handrails in the right direction. You know what kills me? Sometimes you go to the job site, you see handrails running like horizontal, meaning like the infill part. And it says you cannot do that because children can climb on it like on a ladder and just fall over it. But any place you go, like public spaces, parks, and public gathering places, they have like horizontal members. How that two things come together, no one knows.
Well, it depends on the building code that the frame was built on. Like for example, right now they're going to switch in 2016 building code. So every 3 years they change the building code, and maybe the frames that you see are built with the
It's true, but like the requirement for the vertical and no horizontal was long time ago. Even if you have like enclosure around the pool, you cannot have like regular chain link fence. You have to have like a smaller because children can put their feet in there and just go over the chain link fence. Yeah, but well, guys, let me ask you: do you guys have any questions so far?
Can you repeat the part about the black color?
About
The black
oh the stucco?
Yeah.
Oh, what you see there, it's impermeable paper, and then it has the lat, the wires, the face of it.
Yeah.
And when they put stucco, they're gonna put the first scratch coat. It's gonna harden. So after that, it's not moving anymore. Right now, if you go touch, by the way, I invite you, if you can get to the wall, just touch it. It's like going back and forth. So you have to have like a scratch coat it solidifies. Then the brown coat, it makes like even, because the scratch coat gonna be like all wavy in and out because the whole thing is moving. So once it's curing, it's gonna solidify. Then you can put like scratch coat, which is gonna make like really even, and the final coat is the one which comes usually with the color, and also you can put texture. You can make it like just smooth, or you can have like Spanish swirls on it, or whatever texture. One thing is basically, you're not going to read that in the book, but if you have stucco guy doing it by hand, two guys, the same pattern, going to be totally different. It's just like handwriting. If you have a stucco guy on a job who is doing by hand, you better keep him around because he goes the rest of the building going to be like a different swirls.
These are all shear walls too. You don't see it now because they're all wrapped, but that's why it splits. The middle of each unit is in between that wall. So shear wall, shear wall, shear wall, shear wall. Everywhere where you see a big blank space, the shear's carrying all the way up.
This side maybe we can see the shear walls because it's still
You
open,
can
right?
see the inside. You can see nailed walls if you walk into one. That's a shear wall here. You walk in,
Right.
those are all those. You can see. I don't think you're going to see any of the zone wall because we closed the walls on the double sided so
Regarding stucco, guys, look up. See under the soffits or balconies. Do you see? It's a different type of LUT. When you have stucco, which is overhead, you cannot use the same what you have on the wall because that one is very flexible on the wall. The one above you, it has corrugation to it. It's expanded metal and it's corrugated. So if you attach basically wet cement to that, it's not gonna move as much as the wall LUT. Do you see the difference visually? And when you go to your textbook or my lectures, you can see the difference in the photos and details there. But it's a very different LUT, so there is always distinction. It's above your head or it's on the wall. Yeah. The one on the bottom. It's expanded LUT, which is like sheet metal, but they just slice and then pull it like accordion. It's not corrugated sheet metal. It's basically a LUT for the overhead application. Stucco LUT for overhead application. And then let's see, right over there, there is like a corner piece I see, and it's good to find like some of the corners to see the corner stucco piece. Right there, I see that at the corner there. Again, in the class, you guys were questioning how that goes because see, if you have just a LUT around the corner, it's not gonna give you a good finish. But if you put that corner piece, it's gonna make like very sharp, straight edge to the corner. Do you guys see at far end of the building, like the corner over there? Mm-hmm. It's a special piece which you nail after you have the LUT in place. How my 305 students are doing? Where are you guys? Any questions on your part? Okay, but it's also for you to good for you to see how the stuff on our things come together because it's also part of the building design you're doing right now. Okay, let's maybe move in one of the units and we can see some of the shear walls. You said it's over there, right? It's very close. Well, let's go like small groups and come up. Yes, question. Stucco. That's when you put concrete finish on a wall. So you have to have that LUT and LUT paper, and then stucco goes like cement mixture over that. Like, look at, guys, look across the street. That's stucco on a face of the building. All the buildings you see close, it's finished stucco basically, the other side of the street. Yeah. Oh, those inside. Well, let's go take a look.